In this lesson, we're going to talk about U.S. metric conversions. This process can be a little bit complicated, so we have a table that gives us all the rules to convert between these two systems. Let's take a look at this table. In this table, you'll notice on the left side of the table, we have all the conversions to go from the U.S. system to the metric system by giving us a multiplier. On the right side of the table, you have all the conversions to go from metric to U.S. There might be a few missing here and there, but this is a pretty good list. The first part of the table has length conversions, and then we have capacity conversions, and then weight conversions, and finally temperature conversions. The temperature conversion is a little bit strange because it's sort of a way of fitting it into the table what we did before. However, for temperature conversions, you can use the formulas that we did previously. With that said, let's go back to our slides and see what our first problem is. How many miles are in a 5K marathon, which is a 5-kilometer distance? 5 kilometers. We need to convert that to miles, so let's go to our table. Remember, we're starting with kilometers, and we're going to miles. So looking at my table, I see to go from kilometers to miles, I would multiply by this value, 0.62137. Let's go back and multiply that out. 5 kilometers times, from the table, 0.62137. I'm going to put some units in here to be thorough. This is the number of miles in a kilometer. You'll notice that number is about 5/8, like I told you before. If I multiply this out, this comes out to approximately 3.11 miles. If you've ever heard of a 5K run, they say, oh, it's actually about 3.1 miles. That's exactly what's going on here. Here's an interesting example. I am 6'2", but in metric countries, people often give their height in centimeters. So the first thing that I need to do is convert 6'2" to inches. Then I can convert inches to centimeters. Remember, there are 12 inches in a foot, so I'm going to take 6 feet and multiply that by 12 inches in a foot to get 72 inches. But remember, there's the extra 2 inches as well, and thus my height would be 74 inches. You can easily do this for yourself as well. Now I want to convert that to centimeters. 74 inches, and I need to get the multiplier out of the table. Remember, we're going from inches to centimeters. That's the very first entry in the chart. We're going from inches to centimeters. To do that, we'll multiply by 2.54, which is actually defined as an exact value. An inch is actually defined to be 2.54 centimeters, so it actually fits in with the metric system that way. Going back here, we will multiply by 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch, and that'll give me my height in centimeters. I get 187.96, so I'm going to round that up to 188 centimeters. Now let's do some more regular examples. 84 inches to meters. If we're going from inches to meters, let's go back to our table. What you'll notice is, unfortunately, there is no conversion from inches to meters. There's just inches to centimeters. Now we can work with that, or you could convert inches to feet and then go to feet to meters. Another option you could do is, notice there is a meters to inches. If you really wanted to, you could divide by this number. So that's a few different approaches. I'm going to take the approach of paying attention to feet to meters, and I'm going to convert my inches to feet. So keep in mind that the 0.3048 goes from feet to meters. Now let's make our conversion. 84 inches, well, there are 12 inches in 1 foot. And 84 divided by 12 comes out to a nice 7 feet. Now from what we were just looking at, we're going to multiply that by 0.3048. That is the number of meters in 1 foot. And if we multiply this out, I get 2.1336, I'll just say 2.13 meters is 84 inches. Next example, 100 yards to meters. For going from yards to meters, let's look at our chart. Thankfully, yards to meters is directly in the chart, 0.9144. Let's use that. 100 yards times 0.9144. That is the number of meters in a yard. And I get 91.44 meters. This is actually an interesting conversion because it shows a small difference. 100 yards, you're probably familiar with that being the length of a football field. Does anyone know the size of a soccer field? Now for some of you, you might just say they use the same field, but it's actually 100 meters for a soccer field. 100 yards is 91.44 meters, so 100 meters would be a little bit bigger. With that said, a real soccer field is a little bit bigger than a real football field. 75 centimeters to inches. This time we're starting with a metric unit and going to a US unit. Let's go to our chart. Metric to US is on the right side, and we're going to be going from centimeters to inches. We'll multiply by 0.39370 to get what we want. 75 centimeters times 0.39370. That's the number of inches in a centimeter. I get 29.5275, which I will round to 29.53 inches in 75 centimeters. Meters to feet. Meters to feet is right in the table. You can go meters times 3.28084 to get to feet. It's kind of a big number to memorize, but I think we can use it if it's in front of us. 500 meters times 3.28084. That's the number of feet in 1 meter. If I multiply these together, I get 1,640.42 feet in 500 meters. Gallons to liters. A gallon is much larger than a liter, almost 4 times as much, so I suspect this answer will be relatively close to 16. Thankfully, gallons to liters is right here in our chart, 3.7854. We have 4 gallons times 3.7854. That's the number of liters in 1 gallon. I get 15.1416, which I'll round to 15.14 liters, pretty close to 16. 16 liters to a quart. Now, liters and quarts are actually similar, but liters are a little bit bigger than quarts. We have a direct correlation from liters to quarts, and we're going to multiply by this large value, 1.05672. So we'll do 16 liters times 1.05672. That's the number of quarts in a liter. So there's a little bit more than 1 quart in a liter, which is why the liter's a little bit bigger. I get 16.90752, which I will round up to 16.91 quarts, are 16 liters. Next example, pounds to kilograms. We'll find pounds to kilograms in the third section with weight conversions. Pounds to kilograms, we've got this relatively large number of decimal places, 0.453592. So we have 12 pounds times 0.453592. That's the number of kilograms in a pound. My rounded answer is about 5.44 kilograms. 100 kilograms to pounds. Kilograms to pounds is in the third section on the right side. I mentioned 2.2 pounds previously. Here's your exact value. 2.2046226 is our multiplier. So let's do 100 kilograms times 2.2046226. Rounding to 2 decimal places, I get 220.46 pounds. Ounces to grams. Ounces to grams is on the left side. you're going to multiply by 28.3495. So we've got 3 ounces times 28.3495. That's the number of grams in 1 ounce. And I get rounded 85.05 grams. Now let's look at grams to ounces. Grams to ounces will multiply by this number, 0.0352739. So let's take our 42 grams, multiply by 0.0352739. And when I do that, I get about 1.48 ounces. Let's do one more example. Rumor has it that a police officer will not pull over a person who's going 5 miles per hour over the speed limit. In countries using the metric system, this is rumored to be 10 kilometers per hour. Now, if these rumors are true, we want to know who can get away with speeding more without getting pulled over. What I would like to do is convert 10 kilometers per hour to miles per hour and see what we get. Let me show you an easy way to look at this. 10 kilometers per hour, you could write like this. So really all I have to do is the conversion from kilometers to miles. Kilometers to miles, we'll need to multiply by 0.62137. So we'll do times 0.62137. This is the number of miles in a kilometer. If I multiply that out, this is going to become miles per hour, and I get about 6.21 miles per hour. So if you can go 10 kilometers per hour over the speed limit, rumor has it, in metric countries, that's like going 6.2 miles per hour above the speed limit in a US country. So if the rumor is true, metric countries can get away with higher speeding.